What's good, everyone? I'm MTS, and today I'm going to be looking at nerds versus popular kids. Who wins in adulthood? I am most definitely the nerd in this situation. I inherited it from my mother and father. Most definitely from my father. Woo wee! And my brother is one too. I think out of my father's children, it's my brother and I. Most definitely, we got it from him. Oh yeah, but my mother's one too. Just my father is a gigantic.
Like it or hate it, school has a social pecking order for most people. From grade school to high school, students form social groups or cliques, and some are more popular than others. While many students are lost somewhere in the middle in terms of popularity, the students at the top and at the bottom stand out the most. There are the high-status popular kids who are
I guess I could have been considered the one in the middle. I didn't have any cliques or groups that I was in. It was really just kind of me, and everyone knew I was there. But that's kind of where I was at pretty much throughout my entire life. So, and trust me, it's the best place to be. Make no mistake.
often seen as the ideal everyone else strives for. And then there are the social misfits at the bottom who are often shunned lest their undesirable attributes rub off on anyone else above them. Nerds are usually lumped together with the others in this bottom group. Outside of school, popular kids and nerds have caught the attention of Hollywood, resulting in a steady stream of movies and TV shows about these opposing social groups. While these depictions of popular kids and nerds have entertained us over the years, how accurate are they? And what happens to popular kids and nerds after they get out of school? We'll try to answer these questions in this episode of the Infographics Show: Popular Kids versus Nerds. Nerds are on the giving and receiving end of bullying. In teenage movies such as Pretty in Pink, Clueless, and Mean Girls, popular kids are often portrayed as bullies. Research indicates that this movie image is fairly accurate. A study conducted by sociologist Bob Ferris and his co-author Diane Femley reveals that popular kids, except those at the absolute top of the social ladder, are most likely to act aggressively towards other kids. This aggression comes out in the form of normative targeting, or bullying kids who break social norms, such as nerds. But it also emerges in another surprising form. Contrary to popular belief, not all popular kids are safe from bullying. Some popular kids will pick on other popular kids whose popularity is growing. These aggressive kids engage in what Ferris and his colleagues call instrumental targeting.
Not attention-seeking so-and-so.
Or the use of bullying as an instrument or tool to gain social status. In other words, they're acting out the age-old story of building themselves up by tearing others down. Another surprising finding is the study of the reaction of popular kids who were bullied by one of their peers. According to Ferris and Felmey's study, any given bullying incident hurts more emotionally for a popular kid than an unpopular one. These popular kids feel more anxiety than unpopular kids because they think that they have more to lose. It unnerves them that a social competitor could undo all of the hard work they put in to increase their social status. The only kids who seem to be safe from bullying are those at the absolute top of the social hierarchy, because Ferris states no one is trying to topple them from their perches. The popular mass media image of nerds as victims of bullying is also fairly realistic. We could not find studies that focus specifically on nerd-only bullying, but we did notice that some characteristics of nerds put them at greater risk for being bullied, according to StopBullying.gov. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines a nerd as an unstylish, unattractive, or socially inept person, especially one slavishly devoted to intellectual or academic pursuits.
First of all, disclaimer, not true because I exist.
These characteristics could easily lead to a nerd being perceived as different from their peers and being less popular than others, which are two of the risk factors for bullying listed on StopBullying.gov. However, some nerds may also meet a third risk factor on StopBullying.gov's list: do not get along well with others, seen as annoying or provoking, or antagonize others for attention.
Oh my god, someone called the fashion police. Girl, if I gave you a penny for your thoughts, I'd get changed back. I get changed back from a penny. Oh, that is some good shade. That is some good shade.
There are anecdotal reports of encounters with angry nerds and jerk nerds, as a few Reddit users call them. Unlike the likable but helpless nerds frequently seen on television and in the movies, these nerds annoy
And girl, what is your hair doing? Oh, no, yeah. True, what is her hair doing still?
People with their condescending behavior and intellectual superiority. And then there are nerds who reverse roles and become bullies themselves. A
Yeah.
computer expert named Rob Colley wrote a blog post criticizing nerd bullies. He calls them traitors because they try to compensate for their historically instilled feelings of inferiority by passing the pain and abuse they suffered
Right.
onto
I've
other
never
nerds.
never
Nerd
understood
bullies
that.
suffered at the hands of the mob, and now they lead mobs of other former sufferers against
Mm-hmm.
victims of their own communities.
Yeah.
However, he describes seeing nerd bullies at work in the online gaming and tech communities. We could not find any studies showing that nerd bullies are a problem within schools as well. Moving past the bullying and the somewhat accurate but incomplete view of popular kids and nerds in movies and on television, we find that their lives after high school are markedly different. Studies following popular kids into adulthood revealed mixed outcomes for them. 2013 Leadernomics.com article cites the Wisconsin longitudinal study, which tracked the social characteristics and career achievements of students who graduated from a Wisconsin high school in 1957. This study showed that popular students earned a higher income in the long run compared to those who were less popular. However, a follow-up study by Yale professor Jason Fletcher called into question the findings of the original Wisconsin study.
Yeah.
It included additional data from siblings attending the same school that showed the impact of popularity on future pay simply vanished. A University of Virginia study tracking young people from age 13 to 23 also painted a less rosy picture for popular kids. According to this study, cool kids were more likely to have bigger troubles later in life. These problems included drug and alcohol use, as well as criminal activity.
Mm-hmm.
The study found that as young adults, they were using 40% more drugs and alcohol than the not-so-cool kids, and were 22% more likely to be running into trouble with the law.
A lot of that is karma, mind you, but
These things done to impress others hurt the popular kids in the long run. One of the researchers of the study, Joseph Allen, says that teens trying so hard to be cool in the early adolescence find the rewards of popularity in the short term, but their approach ultimately leads to a dead end. The end result is what Allen calls the high school reunion effect. You see the person who was cool did exciting things that were intimidating and seemed glamorous at the time, and then 5 or 10 years later, they're working in a menial job and have poor relationships and such. In contrast, nerds often fare better than popular kids after they leave high school. The Daily Mail cites the same University of Virginia study mentioned earlier. While the cool kids struggled as they grew
oh heck no, you made high school living hell for me. Get out. That's right, you tell her.
older, the study found that those who are less popular as teenagers ended up doing better in life than their cooler peers. Allen and the other researchers of this study also discovered the ones who were considered geeks went on to outperform the others by the time they reached early adulthood. While the intellectual activities highly valued by nerds might have made them less popular at school, they paid off for nerds in the long run. A Newsweek article reports that new research suggests that 4 high school behaviors can predict financial and occupational success as adults. A long-term study conducted by the American Psychological Association found that being interested in learning, acting responsibly, and possessing good reading and writing skills were linked to having a higher income 50 years after high school.
Absolutely.
In addition, Alexandra Robbins, the author of The Geek Shall Inherit the Earth, attributes some of the nerd's success to what she calls the quirk theory. The traits which made the nerd alienated in school, unique personalities, passions, and ideas, can end up being admired or valued traits in adulthood. She argues that being exceptional, developing coping strategies and independence, and being able to deal positively with stressful social situations are some of the useful and valuable skills nerds learn while in school and later carry over into the workplace and beyond. What are your experiences with popular kids and nerds? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, the video is more or less on point. I definitely agree with the 4 high school behaviors that predict success, especially the last two. Good reading skills and good writing skills take you a long way. Even though my degree is in biology pre-medicine, however, I graduated with honors in English, so I'm also very good at reading and writing. And I also worked as a writing tutor at our writing resource center, and I can't tell you how much of a skill it is, or how much of a necessity it is to know how to write and read well, because you will need that for literally any and every field that exists. And then acting responsibly, yes, obviously that's a must. And Interest in learning, yes, that's more of like a deeply rooted trait that you need to have because it allows you to pick up more skills and be smarter at life pretty much. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Thankfully, I didn't have experiences with bullying. I know in first grade, my mother kind of just shut that down, so I didn't really have to worry about that. In fact, actually, I'm gonna put up the info card to the high school versus college with Sucks More video with my friend Carissa from Baton Rouge, and we talked a little bit about that as well. So I'm gonna put that. I don't know where it's gonna pop up. I forget, but it's gonna pop up somewhere as I'm saying this. We pretty much knew it was gonna be the nerds that win at life because when it a socialite being a socialite can only take you so far, and you already see through reality TV where it gets you. Even if you have fame and fortune, do you really have anything else? But yeah, I liked the video. It was really cute. And to all the nerds out there, just continue to just do you and find friends that appreciate you for who you are. That's how I got to be with the friends that I have now. When I was a freshman in college, I was with a group of girls who um weren't they weren't raised in the same way I was, so we did different things. Like we came from different backgrounds and different states in the country, so we came in with different ideologies about stuff, and I was definitely the nerd of the group. And my personality just didn't fit in with theirs, and they weren't mean to me whatsoever. They weren't bullies. I just knew that this wasn't a good environment for me to be in. So in sophomore year, I was able to find a group of people who um, I was able to just be my nerd self around and just have fun, and they appreciate me for who I am. I literally made friends because we were in pre-calculus. Yeah, we were in pre-calculus, college pre-calculus or one of those classes. uh and it was like on day 2 or something, and I had kept answering all the questions because I knew the answer and I wasn't going to be apologetic for it. And so what happened was literally the girls that were surrounding me, they were like, Ramel, can we have your number in our phone so that we can like get together and stuff like that, since you're really good at it? I was like, sure. And I literally made friends because of that first impression that they got from me. And that's how I knew it was okay for me to be myself around them. So you just really have to choose your friends wisely and don't worry about joining cliques. Just follow your own journey, do your own thing, and life should be pretty good for you, to be honest. And yeah, that's all I have to offer. But this was a fun video and a nice trip down memory lane. So yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.